from JBS Studios in Greater New York, this is the JBS News Update with Teisha Bader.
I'm Teisha Bader with the JBS News Update for Tuesday, January the 16th, 2018. Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu is in India for an official state visit. The Prime Minister arrived in the country on Sunday, where he and his wife Sarah were welcomed by an honor guard and by Indian Prime Minister Narendra Modi, with whom he met and signed a number of agreements of cooperation with India. Netanyahu said it was the dawn of a new era in the great friendship between the two countries and expressed hope for joint prosperity, progress, and peace. Netanyahu also met with India's President Ram Nath Kovind, visited the Taj Mahal, and took part in a wreath-laying ceremony at a memorial for the late Mahatma Gandhi. Today, Netanyahu visited the Chabad house in Mumbai, accompanied by young Moshe Holtzberg. Moshe's parents, Rabbi Gavriel and Rivka Holtzberg, were murdered at the Chabad house during a 2008 terror attack. When Moshe was just 2 years old, he was saved by his nanny, Sandra Samuel, who took him to safety. Samuel and Moshe's grandparents, who are now raising him in Israel, accompanied him on this first time back to India since the tragedy. And from India, Netanyahu addressed a speech made this weekend by Palestinian Authority President Mahmoud Abbas to the Palestinian Central Council, who were meeting on the issue of the recent U.S. recognition of Jerusalem as Israel's capital. In his remarks Sunday night, Abbas basically denied the Jewish people's connection to Israel, claiming that the State of Israel was formed as a, quote, colonial project that has nothing to do with Judaism, unquote. Netanyahu said Abbas was showing his true face, saying he has torn off the mask and shown to the public the simple truth. The root of the conflict between us and the Palestinians is their steadfast refusal to recognize the Jewish state in any borders whatsoever. And Jewish organizations here in the U.S. strongly condemned Abbas's words as well. CEO of the American Jewish Committee, David Harris, said Abbas presented a totally warped history of Israel, of the Zionist movement. Harris said, let the international community weigh Abbas's words and decide for itself if these are the sentiments of a peacemaker or not. He said the answer, tragically, should be painfully clear to all but the willfully blind. The Anti-Defamation League said Abbas's latest anti-Israel diatribe is a sober reminder that at the core of the Israeli-Palestinian conflict lies the Palestinian leadership's long-standing refusal to recognize the historic Jewish connection to the land of Israel. Well, the IDF discovered and destroyed another terror tunnel infiltrating Israel on Sunday. The tunnel was dug from Gaza into Israeli and Egyptian territory, built underneath the Kerem Shalom crossing, through which dozens of trucks bring goods and aid into Gaza every day. The IDF called it a severe breach of Israel's sovereignty, a serious threat to Israeli civilians, and a threat to the humanitarian efforts that Israel allows for the people in the Gaza Strip. Former Auschwitz guard Oskar Groening is asking for clemency. This is the latest development on the story of the man known as the bookkeeper of Auschwitz, who was convicted and sentenced back in July of 2015 by Germany's highest court for being an accessory to the murder of 300,000 Jews at the death camp. But he has not yet served any jail time. We've been reporting to you that since his conviction, Groening has appealed several times on the basis of his age and frail health, and finally a ruling came recently deeming him fit to stand trial. His plea for clemency was announced yesterday and has been passed on to prosecutors. And a Japanese diplomat credited with saving thousands of Jews during the Holocaust was honored this weekend. Japan's Prime Minister Shinzo Abe and his wife visited the home of the late Chiune Sugihara on Sunday in Lithuania. Sugihara was serving as Japanese consul in Lithuania when he disobeyed orders and issued Japanese visas to Jews fleeing the Nazis. Abe said the courageous and humanitarian action of Mr. Sugihara provides us with guidance as to how, too, we should survive in this world. Sugihara, who died in 1986, was named Righteous Among the Nations by Israel's Yad Vashem Museum in 1984. And that's the JBS News Update for Tuesday, January the 16th, 2018. I'm Teisha Bader.